Hello students, this is Hardik sir and today we will be resuming our part 2 of standard 7 chapter 2 inside our earth. So as we have completed with part 1 with interesting facts and now we are heading towards part 2 with the title first of rocks and minerals. I hope you would have completed the reading of your textbook lesson number 2 inside our earth. If you have not yet completed, I request you to read the chapter once again. The earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks, as you know everyone. So these are the pictures of rocks as you can find. So any natural mass mineral matter that makes up earth's crust, that is known as a rock. So any natural mass of mineral matter, and it can be, the rocks are aggregate of minerals. So rocks can have number of minerals into it, and rocks can be of different colors, size and also texture. So we cannot define rock as particular of so and so color or particular of so and so chemical composition. It cannot be. It can be of different color, size and as well as different texture. There are three types of rocks as you can find the names: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. So the approximately we can say that the number of pictures are also given over here, but these all we will be discussing very soon. So how these words originated actually? So igneous, that is a Latin word and that means fire. So igneous word is a Latin word and from that only we have derived the word that is igneous and that means fire. Sedimentary, that means it is a Latin word, that is original word is sedimentum. The meaning of this word is settle down. Then we have the third word, that is metamorphic, that is a Greek word metamorphos. So Greek word was metamorphos and from that we have derived the word metamorphic, that means change of form. So from this three, ultimately what you need to learn, that is igneous, that means of fire, sedimentary, that means settle down, and metamorphic, that is change of form. So igneous and sedimentary, both of them keep changing, and after that change, whatever the rock we derive, that is known as metamorphic rock. So which we are going to find about in detail very soon. So in this particular slide you will find that igneous rocks. So igneous, it is Latin word meaning fire in the introductory part itself. So how does it actually occur on the surface of the earth, or how they are derived, how they are created? So when the molten magma, as we know that below the crust, in the core, as we know that there is a magma. So that magma, that is a hot burning part, we know all, that comes in the form of lava on the surface of the earth. Same magma is known as lava when it arrives on the surface of the earth. So when that magma arrives on the surface of the earth through volcanic eruption, it cools and becomes a solid part. So when it becomes solid, it is known as rock, and that particular type of rocks is known as igneous rocks. So rocks thus are formed known as igneous rocks, and they are also known as primary rocks as they were the first to be formed on the surface of the earth. There are two main types of igneous rocks. There are intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks. So in this particular part you will find that how intrusive rocks are formed and how extrusive rocks are formed. So as you can see that extrusive rocks cool quickly, and as a result these rocks are fine grained or has lack of crystal growth. So first you can find here there is magma. That magma comes out through volcanic eruption, and because of this volcanic eruption, ultimately the different layers you can find in the picture itself, that cools down quickly, and that particular part which has cooled down, which has solidified, that is known as rock, and that is the type of extrusive rock. The intrusive rocks, as you can find here with this part, that intrusive igneous rocks are formed when magma that cools slowly, and as a result these rocks are coarse grained. So they are coarse grained and these are fine grained. So the reason behind it, because they cooled quickly and they cooled slowly. So it is in the interior. See, this is the line you can find the surface of the earth. So they are above the surface known as extrusive. They are interior, in the interior of the surface, in the interior of the earth, they are known as intrusive. So you can find the difference easily, that intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks both are made up of from the same material, that one has arrived on the surface of the earth and one has not. So that is the only basic difference between these two. But though because of the time, as they cool down slowly and as they cool down faster, so there is a difference with that structure. So first we will find the information about extrusive igneous rocks. So lava that is actually fiery, as we all know that when it's like this, if there is a mountain and you find the volcanic eruption, so like fiery it comes out, that is red molten magma coming out from the interior of the earth on its surface. So that red hot molten magma that arrives on the earth's surface via through volcanic eruption, when this molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it rapidly cools down, it cools down very fast. The reason, because of it comes into the contact of the atmosphere, and that's why it cools down very quickly, and so it becomes solid. And rocks which are formed in such a way are known as extrusive igneous rocks. They have a very fine grained structure. For example, we have basalt. Here you can also find the picture. Deccan Plateau, that is also made up of basalt rocks, which is the oldest physiographic feature of India. You will be studying in standard 9th. So lava, actually red molten magma that comes out, that comes out on the surface of the earth through the volcanic eruption, and because of that such rocks are formed, and such rocks are known as extrusive igneous rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks, as you can find the title. So as we have already seen the figure, so sometimes this molten magma cools down deep inside the earth's crust. So as I can show you the figure again, you can find here. So this is the layer, this is the level of the surface, so this is below the surface. So when it cools down below the surface, means deep inside the earth's crust, solid rocks are formed, intrusive igneous rocks. So which rocks are formed there, as they are in the interior, they are known as intrusive igneous rocks, and since they cool down slowly, they have large grains, as you can find the difference now. Granite is an example of such a rock. Grinding stones, as you might be using at your places also. So grinding stones which we use to prepare any paste or powder of spices and grains, they are made up of granite. So you all would have seen that granite. So here also you can find granite is an example of intrusive igneous rocks. Sediments and sedimentary rocks. So sediment, as the word itself arrive, so sedimentation, the fragmentation, the smaller parts, they are known as sedimentation. The small particles, they are known as sediments. So every rock, because of weathering and number of effects of weather, they are divided into small particles, small fragments, and those small fragments are known as sediments. Those sediments are deposited like layer, as you can see in the picture. So layer above layer they are deposited, and they become hard over a period of time, but they are softer than the igneous rocks. They are not so hard as igneous rocks. So they are the soft rocks actually, because they are made up of several layers. They are formed over a long period of time. So after rains also, as you find that some sand particles are flowed from one place to another, they are deposited, and layer above layer you can find on the roadside or along the road, but they cannot be converted into the rocks. That take a long period of time. So here in this picture you can find the layers, and such layered structure you can find in the sedimentary rocks. How does it happen? So rocks roll down, crack and hit each other, and are broken down into small fragments, and these smaller particles are known as sediments. So these sediments are transported and deposited by wind, water, etc., and ultimately, as one layer above, there will be second layer, then there will be third, and such a layers are created, and thus the sedimentary rock is actually formed. So these rocks, as they are formed with number of layers, as you know that these loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form layers of rocks, and this type of rocks are known as sedimentary rocks. So you can have one question, write in brief about sedimentary rocks and how they are different from igneous and other rocks also. So as it has a very good difference, you can find it is made with the layers. So in this particular rock only we can find the different layers. So for example, sandstone is made from grains of sand. So grains of sand ultimately they form the sandstone, and these rocks may also contain fossils of plants, animals and other microorganisms that once lived on them. So as they lived on them, so fossil can be a new word, that is the remains of dead plants or anything. So those remains are also found in these particular rocks. So next we can find about the important fact: igneous and sedimentary rocks that can change into metamorphic, that both can change. And how they change? So they change under great heat and pressure. So how metamorphic rocks are formed? That can be a question again. So it can be formed, metamorphic rocks can be formed through great heat and pressure with igneous and sedimentary rocks. For example, clay changes into slate, that is a type of rock, and limestone change into a marble, that is also a type of rock. So you can find here sedimentary rock turned into a metamorphic rock. So because over a long period of time, because of heat and pressure, ultimately it changes its form. And as we have seen the meaning of metamorphic, that means change of form. So it also has changed. So sedimentary has changed into metamorphic because it has a different form now. So uses of rocks, we can find the hard rocks are used for making roads, houses, and also building. Number of games in which also we use stones. So as there are some names also given, as you can find 7 stones, hopscotch, and 5 stones. So these might be the games you would be playing with the help of the stones. Rocks are also used in making monuments. We have a number of examples here. You can find the picture of Red Fort and also the picture of Taj Mahal. So as you can find that Red Fort is made of sandstone and the Taj Mahal is made up of white marble, as you can see. So rock cycle. The next part in your textbook you will find about the rock cycle. So what is a rock cycle? First you can find the definition. The process of transformation of the rock from one form to another in a cyclic manner, that is known as rock cycle. So now you will have a question: do really igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary keep on changing in a cyclic manner? Can be a question. So yes, of course it keeps on changing in a cyclic manner, that igneous rocks are converted into sedimentary rocks and sedimentary rocks are converted into metamorphic rocks. And again metamorphic rocks can be converted into hot molten magma, and again hot molten magma can produce the igneous rocks. So that's why the word rock cycle is given. So try to understand once again the process of transformation of rock from one form to another form under certain conditions, and that is known as rock cycle. We will find the picture. As you can see in this particular picture, from first level we had a magma. So that magma gave us igneous rocks. So how it happened? You know that when the molten magma cools, it solidifies to become igneous rocks. So first magma has converted into igneous rocks. Then you can find, because of the loose particles, because of the small fragmentation or small sediments, it has now changed its form up to sedimentary form. So here you can find the sediments. So as the sediments have deposited like layer above layer, as you can see in the picture, and thus the sedimentary rock has formed. So the igneous rocks are broken down into small particles that are transported and deposited to form sedimentary rocks, and thus the sedimentary rocks are formed. When the igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure over a period of time, after heat and pressure, after a long period of time, because of the heat and extreme pressure, they change their form and they are known as metamorphic rocks. So now you can understand the term rock cycle has been used correctly. If you have any query, any doubt, you can also ask in the comment. So process of rock cycle, still we have another picture you can find. In this you will find that magma, first through volcanic eruption, it creates igneous rocks, as we have already seen. Then sediments, then sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are converted into metamorphic rock because of heat and pressure, and then it will be again converted into magma. Because of heat and pressure it can be, and again that magma will arrive on the surface of the earth. So the metamorphic rocks which are still under great and heat and pressure melt down to form molten magma. So which are still under great heat and pressure, as you can see, if they are, then they are converted again into magma, and that magma will again arrive on the surface of the earth. It will cool down, it will solidify and form the igneous rocks again. So this cycle will be continued, as we have seen in the first video, in the first part itself, that the earth is a dynamic planet. It keeps on changing inside and outside both. correct. So that's why it means it clearly is understood that these rocks, the surface on the surface and in the interior of the surface, we find this phenomena, this cycle going on continuously, and this molten magma again cools down and solidify into igneous rock. So we are completing our cycle like this. So that's why we know that this is rock cycle. The word correctly used, again you can go through the definition. If you have any query, any doubt, watch the video again, watch the video till end, keep reading your textbook also. Now rocks are made up of different minerals, so we have something to know that rocks are made up of different minerals. Minerals are, what are minerals? Again a question, again there is a 1 mark of definition. So minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition. So particularly for X mineral we will have A, B, C definite chemical composition. If there are A, B, only A, B, that means that is not X, that is another mineral. So that you can clearly understand it has a chemical composition, a definite chemical composition has to be there. There are almost around 2000 types of minerals. Out of those, only 200 types of minerals are only used in day-to-day life, which we will be studying in the next chapters of this same book only. So minerals are very useful, very important to us. Some are used as fuels, as we know, coal, natural gas and even petroleum. So these are used as fuels. They are also used in industries like iron, aluminium, gold and uranium you can find, and others are also used in medicines and also in fertilizers. So these are the uses of minerals. So what are minerals? There is a question, and what are its uses? So here also you can find another question. So rocks which are all made up of different minerals, and what are minerals? You can find the definition here, and how are they used? So that also you can find with the thing. So this is all with the part 2. So this is the end of the lesson. If you have any query, any doubt, you can ask in the comment. Thank you so much. Keep learning, keep reading.